Hey everybody, how's it going? It's the Daily Shooter, and I'm back out here today with another straight out of the box reliability test. This is where I take a brand new pistol with 0 rounds through it, and we just go ahead and load it up to see how reliable it is from the factory. This time we're going to be taking a look at the Canik TP9 One Series. This is basically the most affordable of all of the Canik pistols, at least to my knowledge. I was over at Spartan Arms, which is my FFL here in North Las Vegas, and I was looking at silencers, thinking about picking up my first silencer. And when I was looking through the case, I saw this thing for under 300 bucks. And so I decided to pick one up to try it out. Under 300 bucks is a really good price. Now, this is basically a Canik TP9, just minus some of the minor features that you may not need, some of the ambidextrous controls and stuff like that. And if you're a righty, you're really not going to miss those things all that much. So again, it is a very affordable pistol. The only thing is the One Series only comes with one magazine, and I only have one magazine for this, so I'm going to have to reload each time. But it does come with an 18 round magazine, which is nice, so that'll give us a little bit more to work with. But still, this is the Canik TP9 One Series. Very nice looking pistol. I gotta be honest, it feels great. It's very ergonomic. It's very comfortable. It's a nice looking gun. Has a loaded chamber indicator. It has a striker indicator. It has a small pick rail at the bottom so you can add your lights and stuff like that. Again, like I said, it's missing some of the ambidextrous controls. For me, that's not a big deal, so I'd rather save the money on that instead of spending money on the extra controls that I'm probably not going to use. Even if I switch to my weak hand, I really don't need to use them. Worn tactical sights. It's just a nice looking gun. So let's go ahead and move up to our steel target and take some shots. You know, as a matter of fact, first round, let's just go ahead and shoot it into some dirt just to see how reliable it is. All right, here we go. First rounds. Oh, just so you know, like I always do, I double up on Ear Pro. So I have hearing protection in right now. But let me go ahead and double up again. Continue on here. All right. Looks good. Again, only one magazine, so we're gonna have to reload this, but we'll take it up to our steel target now and see how accurate it is while we work on our reliability. Okay, so I got another magazine loaded up here. Got our steel target set at about 7 yards. We're gonna take some shots at that. I should mention that these actually come with Metgar magazines. So the factory OEM magazines for these are Metgar, and they are some of my favorite magazines. Extremely reliable. I've never had a problem with the Metgar mag in my life. So they're nice magazines. This also has a steel guide rod, and it has, from what I understand, a match grade barrel. So there's a lot of great features to this, especially for something that comes in, sub 300 bucks. I mean, that's really good. And I didn't even buy it on sale. If you find some of these things on sale, you might even be able to find it for a lot less than I did. But again, just coming under just under 300 bucks. So let's go ahead and load this up now and take some shots at steel and see how it feels. I mean, the ergonomics on this thing, I can already tell you, are fantastic. It feels really nice to shoot, feels good in the hand. Everything, all the controls, everything feel really nice. So you can see our loaded chamber indicator just barely popping up right there, just to let us know there's a round chambered. I kind of flinched a couple times there because I was actually getting hit by some of the jacket from the bullet was bouncing back. So, just be careful when you're shooting steel. You never know what's going to happen. But so that's 2 mags. Everything's still looking good. Shoots really accurate. So yeah, let's continue on. Okay, so we got 18 more rounds loaded up. I moved back to 12 yards now. We're going to continue to shoot the steel. But one thing I want to point out before we continue on here is that this has got to be one of the best out-of-the-box triggers that I have ever used. I mean, this trigger is so nice. Basically, you just kind of come back nice and soft like that towards the middle, and then you get a little bit of resistance. You come back to this point where you can kind of feel a semi-solid wall, and then you just click, and that's it. And then the reset, and the reset is just as nice. That's the reset right there. Let me go ahead and show you guys one more time. So click, reset. That's it. Okay, so again, magazine number 3 at 12 yards. Let's just go ahead and continue shooting. Okay, so this is mag number 4. Let's go ahead and run it a little bit faster just to make sure that we don't have any malfunctions, stovepipes, double feeds, or anything like that. Well, that kind of felt like a dead trigger. Striker fire, the striker indicator is still there. Let's just go ahead and examine it. Still more ammunition left. One in the chamber. You know what? I wonder. I actually don't know what happened there. And I went to pull back on the trigger, and it didn't want to go all the way back. It just kind of stuck there. So let's go ahead and load another one up and try that again. Well, that sucked. So like you guys saw, I was in the desert working on this out-of-the-box reliability test, and I had to cut the video short because I get home to review all my footage, and about halfway through, my mic goes out. I have no audio. So I'm sitting there watching the rest of the videos that I made, and it's just me basically moving my lips to no sound. And then when I'm taking shots, you hear like a little click, click, click in the background, but there's no audio. So I checked my cable connectors, and my female-to-female connector was so loose that it was just falling out. So I had to get a new one for that. And all that footage is pretty much gone. So I wanted to let you guys know how the rest of the video went. So I ended up putting just under 200 rounds to it, a total of 11 magazines, 198 rounds, and it ran flawless. I mean, this thing was fantastic. I didn't have any stovepipes, any failure to feeds, no malfunctions, nothing like that. Everything went great. It's a very accurate gun. It's got a great trigger. The only issue that I did have was pretty much just user error, and that's because I'm used to a more flat face style trigger. This one has a very rounded trigger with that safety bar mechanism in the back. This gun's been safety checked about 1,000,000 times before starting this video, so it's safe, and I got it pointed in a safe direction. But it's a very rounded trigger with that safety blade in the middle. And so even though I had my finger in the right position, so between the tip of your finger and the first knuckle, I had my finger in the right position, but a couple of the times my finger would roll off on that platform as I was trying to shoot fast, and sometimes my finger would come down at an angle just enough where it won't catch that safety blade, just like that right there. Okay, so my finger's still on the trigger, but you could see that it's off at an angle just a little bit, and it would catch that safety blade, and it would stop the trigger from going back. So it was improper finger placement by me, but it also proved that that safety blade works. So if your finger's not all the way on the trigger, you're not going to be able to pull it back. That means anything that might get into a holster, there's a pretty good chance that if you snag something, that safety blade is going to work. So other than that, though, it was a great pistol. I had a lot of fun with it. We're going to continue to shoot it more and more and more, and use it in a lot of different review videos and stuff like that to get as many rounds to it as I can. And then I'll come back to you guys with a full review. But for now, I got to say, what an incredible value. Again, a pistol for under 300 bucks that runs that well, that shoots that accurately, that has that nice of a trigger, that has the ergonomics that I really enjoy, the Picatinny rail. It's a great 9mm pistol if you guys are looking for one and you're on a tight budget. So I'll come back to you guys when I'm done with my full review, but if you've watched a Canik TP9 review before, it's pretty much, again, the same exact thing, minus just some of the ambidextrous features, minus the extra magazine, and minus a holster. So if you've watched those Canik reviews, you've pretty much watched a review on the one, but if you're looking for something that'll save you a bunch of money, this is definitely something worth looking at. So I want to thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, and have a great day.